Hello, Aruna ma'am. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Finally, we are seeing each other after like 3, 4 days
Yeah.
of conversation.
Yeah, tell me.
Awesome. So, as I was telling the few viewers which we have right here that today's topic is about MLM and pyramid schemes and network marketing and sort of the same thing. But what we are doing here is we are trying to uncover all of the facts and just to give a short introduction, and I'll allow Aruna ma'am to give a longer introduction of herself. Uh, Aruna ma'am has been an activist. If I'm, tell me if I'm saying anything wrong, Aruna ma'am. You can stop me anytime, okay?
I'm a journalist.
I mean,
Journalist.
but you have
Uh,
been very vocal about MLM schemes and network
yeah.
marketing schemes. You wrote a book about it,
Yes.
right? So,
True,
uh,
true.
I mean, I'll just hand it over to you. You'll be the better person to introduce you.
Yes. I'm Aruna Ravikumar, a senior journalist with the print and electronic media. I've worked with almost all the regional channels. I'm based out of Hyderabad,
Mhm.
and I worked for national channels and international. I worked for CNN also. I
Okay.
covered stories for CNN America directly.
Okay.
This was Yeah, so I've covered almost 5 general elections. I'm basically a political journalist, but I'm also a news anchor, and I've covered. I had a current affairs program which I used to anchor,
Hmm.
which is called Yadhartham in Telugu, which means the truth. So
Okay.
we covered a variety of issues, not just political but social issues.
Hmm.
So in that way, maybe you're right in calling me not the activist in the sense like going on the roads and fighting for issues or
Okay.
anything, but through the media, whatever issues of importance I've been discussing.
Obviously, pen is mightier than the sword. Everybody knows that. So,
Yes, yes,
okay, I get the whole gist about. So let's just quickly dive into a few questions. You
sure.
have written a book about it. You forgot to tell that, I guess. And
Yes, I wrote, wrote a book called Marauders of Hope. It's called
okay,
Marauders of Hope.
yes.
It's about MLM frauds.
Awesome. So that is how I found you. Just to give everybody a background here, that I made a video on MLM and network marketing. It was a sort of a prank video, but then I realized that people actually are losing a ton of money because of these MLM and network marketing schemes. And
Yes.
so the first person that popped up on my Google search results was you. And I had to find you, I had to contact you and get you online to have a conversation with me because there's one aspect of the things which I can tell you by experience that what has happened to me and how people have approached and stuff like that. And there's another angle to it where you have done things on a political level and on a larger scale, right?
Yes.
So I want to understand from you that first of all, what is a pyramid scheme? I mean, if you could just give that out in like another 3, 4 minutes, that
Yeah.
what is it?
Pyramid schemes are illegal money circulation schemes using products as a cover. Products is a very small, they use products to shield the modus operandi, which is recruitment and commissions based on recruitment. So you see people at the top of the pyramid keeps growing as they recruit people.
Hmm.
So the base is very large. So
Okay.
people at the top of the pyramid make money, but as it increases,
Hmm.
a lot of people keep losing money, and these people at the top are making their profits, making their millions or billions on
Okay.
the graves, literally, of a large number of people who lose all their money. Forget gaining money, they're losing their savings, they're losing their sanity. They are told you work hard and you'll make profits,
Hmm.
but the model itself is not viable. It's a mathematical impossibility.
Okay.
Because in 13 or 14 cycles, the entire world population should be covered according to their, if it works.
Okay. Let,
But
let,
it
let,
doesn't work.
let me make it simple for everybody. So you're saying that if I am at the top, taking into assumption, I get two people with me, and
Yes.
if if that happens
They
for
have to get
13 levels, you're saying that we will cover
the
the
entire world
population.
population.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So and I think the most the researching I've done, the the videos I've seen, and the PPTs I've seen from these MLM companies, they offer you all the way till the 10th level or 12th level, something like that.
See, the model is fraudulent because it breaks at some level. It's not going to continue. What these people do, the chain breaks. It's a chain. They're also called direct selling, referral marketing, network marketing. These are the other, names. And they say independent business owner, which is very, very tempting for a lot of people who join because they say be your own, run your own business. Why do you want to work for somebody? So these are the words which are used. And they say they are direct selling. But tell me, how can it be direct selling when they have a chain of distributors and they are selling these products? They use these products, and every month, in no other job, you pay for becoming a member and continue buying products worth X amount every month, whether you sell it or not. If you take Amway, the mother of all MLM schemes. Yeah. So they also, every month you have to buy a certain amount of the product. They don't care whether you sell it, you dump it, or you keep it in your house. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
You have to keep buying. You have to keep buying. So that is one part of it. They make all their money from recruitment. The membership fee that comes is their profit. So this is a very funny scheme where they're not selling to outsiders. They're selling to their own people, their own chain.
So you're saying that if there's a pyramid, right, and somebody from here sells a health and beauty product to one of their relatives, I mean, can they do that? Number one, and number two, if they do that, I don't think that comes into the pyramid scheme.
No, they sell. What you're saying is they sell only to their friends and relatives. This is not available in direct supermarkets or stores. So they have to sell it to, they first recruit friends and relatives as members because they have a target. So unless they keep recruiting people, they are not going to get their commissions. So it's a very piquant situation. So they say your network determines your net worth. So when you meet a network marketeer, the first thing he'll tell you is, he'll ask you, do you want to make, do you want to clear all your loans? Do you want to make huge profits? Do you love your family? If you love your family, do you want that dream house? Do you want that fancy vacation? So they sell you dreams.
We will get onto that. We will get onto the dream.
So why I'm saying friends and, like you said, friends and relatives are the first targets, because obviously your network is your immediate family and friends and all those who come into contact.
Exactly. So one of the things which I actually find funny about this particular system is that they sell entrepreneurship. They sell that you will be a business owner after that. But I don't know how people do not figure this thing out, that they are getting recruited by somebody. You are any which ways becoming a labor to somebody. And how do you call it entrepreneurship? I mean, like, and it's the worst. I mean, like, I personally have seen relationships getting bitter. I have seen, I mean, you probably have better examples because quoting from your book and everything, but I have seen relationships ending. I have seen, a sort of
marriages breaking because of this. I have case studies in my book of people going for a divorce because of this. A couple who got married, who had a love marriage, who wanted to end their marriage because the wife was lured into these schemes, and the husband could see through the scheme, but she was like, these people, they adopt cult-like techniques, the way their training and their meetings in 5-star hotels, where they make you feel like a family member. They repeat slogans, very, very nice slogans.
Yes.
So they are very, and they have brochures, profiles of success, and all their members are diamonds and silver and gold and platinum. They use all the precious stones. So you have to rise from one level to another. So they're making it competitive. They're making it sound like the most wonderful opportunity. It's a life-changing thing. And you have to do it. And if people are advising you, they don't want to see you progress. So all those who are telling you that this doesn't work are your enemies. So it's like cult-like techniques, and they encourage you to talk to them. If you have personal problems, also talk to your upline. They are called uplines.
Uplines, yes.
Upline and downline. And if you see, all the uplines are outside India, outside the country. So India is one of the countries. This fraudulent schemes are being operated in all the countries of the world by these people sitting outside the country. They don't pay taxes, and all the commission on each recruitment goes to these people who don't even know where the country is on the map or in the globe.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So exactly something like that happened to me. And since we were talking about physical products, right? Health and
Yes.
beauty and something like that. So I know people from,
Weight loss, Herbalife,
yes,
weight loss drinks, yeah, real estate. They'll sell you anything because products are not their, as I told you, not the source of income.
no, but
And they are highly priced also. Yeah, they do. It's a parallel scam. The products is a parallel thing. But
okay.
the recruitment is from where they get their money. Suppose a normal toothpaste costs 15 rupees, say example. Normal.
Okay.
Theirs will cost something like 225 or 230. And it's not available in the supermarkets or the stores. You have to get it from the Amway distributor. So they'll tell you quality products. They'll tell you there's nothing so great about these products. They are highly priced. They are pushed to the market, and their concern is not the product at all.
Okay. So what happened with me a couple of times? So I'm going to give you two case studies here. Just help me out with this. One of them is with the travel. So I mean, like you buy a package and then you travel. So
Holiday package, yes.
what's happening there? I mean, like, okay, products is one thing. You can overprice it. And does
The
the
same thing. Same thing. It's not only you're talking about travel. They've sold plots.
Okay.
Real estate. They ventured. Agri gold is a big scam in Andhra Pradesh. They've sold plots, and when they couldn't repay the money, when these people started bringing pressure on them, they told a farmer in Andhra Pradesh that okay, we'll give you a plot in Arunachal Pradesh.
Okay.
What sense does it make? What sense? I'm just trying to tell you what they are just con men out in the market, and they look for a captive audience, and they target mostly women because 75% of their targets are women because work from home, be your own boss, use your network. All these are so appealing to women, and most women are shattered when they realize that they've been cheated and they've lost money because they can't face their families. This is how relationships are ruined, friends. And you suddenly find your old college friend or school friend calling you and saying, "Hey Priyank, how are you? Let's meet up for coffee in coffee day or something."
Let's just not go there because I have like 200 of those.
Yeah, and they'll over copy. They'll try to tell you, "I'm doing this business. It's wonderful. You should do it too." So actually, their objective is to talk about the business, but they won't do that in the beginning. They'll give you a feeling that they are, your greatest well-wishers, and they want to see you grow. So that's their modus operandi, actually.
I mean, so this was just one point about talking about like plots and this thing. What they have come up with, and very recently they have come up with, is they are now trying to sell cryptocurrency as well. I mean, I'm not sure that how good you are with the cryptocurrency, the funda behind it, but I have worked with a cryptocurrency based company, so I know how scams happen there. I mean, we all saw what happened on Twitter, right? A few days back, it got hacked, and people sent like and 110,000 some dollars were missing from people's cryptocurrency. With cryptocurrency, they are also doing the same thing. So they were asking you.
This is nothing new, Priyank. This is not new. I'll tell you. There was a company called Gold Quest.
Okay.
They sold gold coins costing 5,000 rupees. They sold it to people for 32,000 rupees. The joining amount was 32,000, and they gave you a coin worth 5,000, saying it's of antique value and it will grow. And the same, recruitment and commission. And people lost all their money. This is happened in the early 2000s. So cryptocurrency, they can do it with anything. They sold magnetic beds. The magnetic bed costs 5,000 rupees. They sold it for 1 lakh rupees.
Why?
And in a small town,
bought it. I mean, like.
Yeah, people bought those mattresses. They said that if you sleep on these mattresses, all your ailments will be cured. And many doctors bought this mattress. Can you believe it? And in a small town like Hubli, they did some 80 crore worth business in 2002. Japan Life mattresses.
Oh.
and Gold Quest. So, and all these things have been coming out, and I speak of my state, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh, because the maximum scams happened there, and a lot of arrests were made because we had very good officers who actually, because these are banned under the PCMCS Banning Act 1978. It's
Okay.
called Price Cheats and Money Circulation Schemes Banning Act 1978. So if people tell you that if they are illegal, why are they around still? That's a good question to ask, because there is a legislation and these schemes are illegal, but how are they continuing? Because of political patronage, because of ambiguity in the laws, because of the money that these people they use to buy out people, because they make huge profits in billions of rupees in profits, and they are into charity. They start these front organizations. They buy paintings of chief ministers. They give you bicycles for the handicapped. So they do everything
Okay.
on the front because they're amassing fortunes.
Okay. Okay. So there's a political help which is going on, right?
Yeah, obviously. This is a central act, but the implementation has to be done by the state governments, because law and order is a state subject.
How do you spot a network marketer, or how do you spot a MLM guy or a pyramid scheme guy?
There are many
Oh.
signs. There are many signs. I'll tell you what. First, you meet some long lost. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can't your
yeah.
video is frozen, but I can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So they'll talk to you about huge profits, huge returns on a product.
Okay.
And they'll tell you about life-changing opportunities once in a lifetime. This is a dream scheme. They'll sell you dreams. They'll sell you schemes that are too good to be true. So don't believe such schemes where they tell you it's a life-changing opportunity. You're going to get high returns on investment, and it's very easy. The harder you work, the more money you make. This kind of talk. So high returns, too good to be true schemes, and people telling you anything based on recruitment and commission is a multi-level marketing scheme.
Okay.
You have to, anything that tells you that you have to recruit people is an MLM scheme. So,
okay. So
this commission and recruitment.
If I got this right, number one is an old friend is going to come up to you. Could be a close friend as well, but an old friend is going to come up to you abruptly out of nowhere. That's step number one. Step number two, they try to sell you dreams. And step number three is that you're going to be earning based on commissions. These are the three steps. If I should say that you have to
commissions on recruitment. Yes, a chain, the recruitment of members. Yeah, third one. Yeah,
okay.
Chain reaction. And then they don't talk about the product initially. They'll ask you, this Sunday we are going to have a conference. You just come and listen to us. They won't tell you what the product is about. They generally keep it very, very secret. They only tell you about the product much later.
What's the reason behind keeping it a secret?
Yeah, it's just the way the way they operate, because they want you to first get into that whole. First they'll try to give you. It's like a motivational video. They won't tell you about the product. They'll sell you dreams. They'll sell you a lifestyle. They'll sell you something that looks so unattainable. But then after seeing the whole world where you transport into a different world, then they'll tell you all this is possible. All this is possible. You just have to follow us. Then they'll tell you about the company and all that. So their scheme is to first get you into a kind of a trance. That's why I said cult-like schemes. So you don't know that you're being dragged into something. They do it very, very smoothly, because most of these fellows are glib talkers. They speak to you in such a nice way that you really come under their spell. You're just so fascinated by the way they talk to you that you think this is all true. They are very, very good speakers, like motivational speakers, like any communication gurus. These are the kind of people they get to do the talking. So they use
if I'm not wrong, this public motivation speeches or coaches, you could say, the motivation guys, they are uh, I mean, they are a tipping point when it comes to doing this, because what I see it as connecting is that, let's say there's a person X, and he's a motivator. His job is to give motivation speeches and everything. And once, I mean, that is one thing which you are selling, uh, which is
Yes,
people coming for motivation. And then what happens is that they start selling this scheme because it's an instant gratification, which is
exactly.
going to say, okay, I learned so much, and there's something which is like they're ready for me right now, and let me just go ahead and grab it.
Yes.
Okay,
And
okay,
what they've
okay.
done, they've sold education packages to students. They've
Mm-hmm.
they've told students that you can become a member, and they ask them what are your career goals. So suppose they say I want to become a doctor or a lawyer, and they'll ask you how much time it takes. Huh? Then they'll say if you
Okay.
join us, you'll make this money within a year. So you don't have to study for 5 years, 10 years, or whatever. So they'll make
Mm-hmm.
it so attractive for students too. And a lot of victims, the sad part is a lot of them are software employees, students, earn while you learn thing. So these are get rich quick schemes, which are not viable at all. There's no shortcut to success. There's no way you can just earn money like that, but they will make you feel that. And many students whom I spoke to, they've invested huge amounts. They've lost 12 lakhs, 15 lakhs. And there was a software employee in Hyderabad who committed suicide because he lost 21 lakhs. And for him, he comes from a rural background, and for him, 21 lakhs was just a killer. And more than the money, it's the betrayal, the trust and faith that they've put in these schemes. They feel betrayed. They can't face the world, but most of them don't want to accept that they've been conned also. That's also there.
Yeah, that's a understood. So what are the buyer personas of these guys whom they want to target? I mean, like, is there anything very specific set of people whom they want to go after, or is it like anybody and everybody? All I want is my chain to get cut.
Anybody, they don't care. See, if you look at the pandemic now, when everybody's stuck, people are losing jobs, when the economy is in a
Mm-hmm.
bad shape, and people are scared to go
Mm-hmm.
out, you still have these MLM marketeers. You have these people going out and getting people to join their schemes. And
Mm-hmm.
I've been reading. There was an article in the Time magazine last week which
Mm-hmm.
called these schemes pandemic schemes. It was titled pandemic schemes, and how these
Okay.
people are using this opportunity because they have a captive audience. They have people sitting at home. They have people
Mm-hmm.
without jobs. So they're saying,
Right.
hey, this is the right opportunity. So if you see some of the motivational videos that these people make, they say
Mm-hmm.
this is the right time to catch them. They are home and they are desperate. They are jobless. So you tell them, you just sit at home, just take your network and start working for us, and you start making money. So they are making money from people who are jobless, who are without hope, who are
Mm-hmm.
really desperate, and so they don't care. They are targeting homemakers, students, software professionals, doctors. See, the nutraceutical sector is a very huge market. Prescribing all these health things which have a placebo effect. They don't do anything for you, but they
Okay.
are sold. And doctors have become members, or they made their
Mm-hmm.
wives members, and they start prescribing these things.
Okay.
These
Okay.
people are so ruthless. They have sold their car wash in villages in rural areas where there's not a single car. What sense does it make to sell a car wash? So for them, for them, they're just looking at everybody and anybody. And
Okay.
women are gullible targets because even the Tupperware is a big scam. Tupperware also, they use the same model. So many
Understood.
people argue that their products are good, but I mean, they are just like any other product, but they are given that aura of being very good because of their high pricing and because the fact that they're not available everywhere. So they make them seem like exclusive and very good quality, but which is not the truth. In fact, you're losing all your money
Right. Aruna ma'am,
unknowingly.
I just have to stop you for a second. First of all, Ravi Kumar, I'm going to ask that question, number one. Number two is I wanted to I mean, like, so you're saying basically anybody and everybody. You're saying that anybody from the age of 18 or even lower and all the way
Yes.
till 65, 70 or something like that?
Yes, yes. They don't require any educational qualifications. They don't require anything, no? They can,
Hmm.
this is just a money making scheme. And say they are telling you, here, look here, you just get people, get more
Hmm.
members and we'll sell anything. We can sell anything. That's the kind of confidence they have.
Oh God. And one more thing,
Mm.
ma'am. I think it's the worst idea to start a business when you are already at zero, right?
Yes.
You should always, I mean, like this is just the marketing guy in me speaking, that if you have 1 year worth of money with you to spend your life comfortably, and after cutting every save costing and everything, you should have 1 year
Yes.
of money with you in order to start any business, not MLM business, but any other business. So just
True,
because
true.
you are already lost your job, you cannot go ahead, sell your house, car, gold, or anything of that sort and get into an MLM business. That is what I wanted to go
Yes.
ahead and just put it forward in front of everybody. So they're using COVID, you said, and they have a full buyer persona. They are targeted everywhere and anywhere, right? Okay.
Yes.
Now, uh, that is done. One thing is that, okay, I want to deep dive more into the parts of where how it is affecting the society and the relationships. I mean, you already gave one example, but I really want you to go ahead and put a little more light on it, get into a little more detail, so that so people understand that it's just not just money making, which any which ways you are at a loss of, because you are not at the top of the pyramid. Somebody outside
Yeah.
sitting is on the top of the pyramid. And secondly, on top of that, there's a social effect which is happening with you. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am, finally.
I looks like some MLM guys have jacked the network.
I was about to say politicians. I was about to say politicians, but I mean, you,
Yeah,
you, you took it out of my mouth, that statement.
yeah. Anyway, we are back. So,
Perfect, perfect, perfect. So I wanted to ask you before we disconnected and connected again, that what
yeah.
are the social effects on society and relationships?
Yes. First thing is, I told you betrayal. And betrayal is something that people cannot handle. If you're betrayed by a close friend or relative who knows he's not, probably he knows he's losing money, but he still doesn't want to believe and he needs to keep it growing. So he doesn't tell you the truth and he recruits
Hmm.
you and then you also lose your money. So just imagine it's like a crack in a mirror. Your relationships will never be the same again once you know that you've been betrayed by your closest friend. And because your network is obviously your relatives and friends, and if you're using
Yeah.
them and you're selling schemes that don't work to them, then relationships have been ruined. And I've spoken about murder, divorce, about sons troubling their father for pension money because they are investing in these companies and different kinds of but ultimately social relationships are ruined irreparably. uh,
Okay.
you'll have an uncle or you'll have a cousin or somebody who will tell you, and
Hmm.
because you can't say no to them, you join and then you try to work your network and then you feel
Hmm.
betrayed because you've lost your money, you've lost your sanity. And
So
actually
basically,
they
this
were,
I'm feeling sympathetic for the person who has joined in, and he has been from his upline. He's been told that why are you not doing your stuff, etc.,
correct,
etc. Despite being an
correct.
entrepreneur, but and these guys are trying to pressure the people who are there in their contacts. And
Yeah.
okay, okay.
And
So
hard work
I.
has nothing to do with it. And also many people are doing other jobs and in their free time they join this and they realize
Hmm.
this has become like an obsession. Like earlier you used to have LIC agents when they are coming, they say take agency and all. People start avoiding them. Re Baba, these people are
Hmm.
going to pester us. So the same thing
Hmm.
happens with these people, so-called distributors. People start avoiding
Okay.
them also. Mm.
Hmm.
Because after a
Hmm.
time, your chain is going to break. But it doesn't make a difference for the promoters because if the chain breaks in one place, they'll begin afresh somewhere else. They start do the same
Yeah,
thing. For them, that's why
makes
the
sense.
chains keep breaking. Right? The chains.
So
That's why I say break the chain through awareness. You also break the chain through awareness and
That's
don't join these schemes.
that's exactly what I've been doing from past, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 years. I mean, like not in this manner, not in a very formal manner, but I have
Yeah.
been trying to do that every time somebody comes up to me with a MLM or a pyramid scheme. So, okay, I there are a few questions, okay, and there are people
Yeah.
who are doing this, and I want to be the devil's advocate now. Okay. I'm
Okay.
going to say I'm going to say that no, this is all good. This is all going well, and you have to tell me, I mean, and I'll wait for your response. Let's just say that.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. So I joined this company. I made an investment of 20,000 rupees, and I have already made a couple of people under me. Okay. It seems like I'm progressing in this particular business. Now, why are you stopping me?
Stopping you from making money. Yeah.
I mean, like, why are you saying it's illegal? Because I have gained a certain amount of money in the first 1, 2 months. Let's say I started a couple of months back, and
You may
and I
make it, you may make in the first few months, but you are not going to keep making money at all. You're fooling yourself because the scheme is inherently flawed, because you have to keep selling products, you have to keep recruiting, and the commission is shared between your the distributors and what. Yeah, it's shared with the upline, exactly. So you're not
okay,
making money at all. In fact, you're talking about ruined relationships. There was a government employee whose superior became a distributor. Like I said, you don't have to become full time. No, you can become a distributor. You're working somewhere else. Also, you take up these schemes, and he was putting pressure on his subordinate. So every month this guy didn't have money. He couldn't get fresh recruitees. So he started paying their joining amounts. How was he doing that? He was borrowing money and paying their joining accounts. And after a
oh,
while,
okay,
he was so deep in debt, and he couldn't face the harassment of his boss and his family, and he had to face people who loaned money to him. So he committed suicide. One fine day, he was found hanging. So there are so many instances. It's very shocking. It's very shocking when you see the cases of these people, these victims, who are told that you have to work hard to make money when hard work is not a factor at all. So what happens is mentally also they are traumatized. They're losing their relationships. They're losing their money. They're trying to keep, and these people, they also have they sell them parallel scammers. They sell them motivational tapes. You have to listen to these
hmm,
tapes and folders,
hmm,
read up this material, and then join for a training session which is held at some exotic location. So you have to check into a
okay,
hotel and join the training session and pay for that damn thing, which motivational talk, or 2 days in some place,
okay.
which is not going to help you at all in any way. So they are losing in every way. If you are telling me that you're making
Ma'am,
money, or just fooling me.
my company tells me that, okay, we know that there have been people who have been doing scams, and but this is different. Have been some bad companies, and we see bad companies in all the industries, where there was a mobile which was supposed to be a smartphone in 251 rupees, if you remember or not,
Hmm.
right? Which was a big scam. So scams are everywhere, right? The only in my company, what is told is, I'm still doing the role play, by the way. In my company,
Hmm.
what is told is that we are absolutely legit, because
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
because we have learned from those people what they have done wrong.
Hmm.
How do you?
There's no way you can learn from, because scheme itself is flawed. The scheme only is a scam. So how can you operate the scheme? The modus operandi is flawed. How can you operate it and say we are above board and that is a bad company? So the scheme is flawed. So the company is immaterial to me, whether you're selling phones, or whether you're selling weight loss products, or whether you're selling plots. The scheme is flawed. So no company can say I'm above board. They're using these products just like a technical cover to say we are selling products. So if
Uh-huh.
it is just if it's just a money circulation scheme, it will directly come under the ambit. So they camouflage it through products. Products are a cover.
Okay.
I've been saying this from the beginning, and products are a cover. So they are making their profits on the graves of thousands of victims. In fact,
Okay.
there was a documentary called Betting on Zero. If you check on the web, you will find Betting on Zero,
Okay.
which was made about these health drinks and recruitment by a company, uh, selling it to the poorest of poor families. I think Latin American families, very, very poor
Yes.
people. They were made distributors. And when this documentary was screened, this company bought up all the tickets in the theater so that nobody else should see that film, the
Ma'am,
documentary.
so there's a question coming from a viewer. Thank you, Aditya, for the question. The question is, to what level MLMs are banned in India?
Every level they are banned by the PCMCS Act 1978. I told you PCMCS Banning Act 1978. So all the schemes that are being operated are illegal. If you go by the act, they're all illegal schemes. But because of the problems in enforcement, as I said, and India is one place where the CEO of Amway was arrested in Telangana, Mr. William Tickneys was
Okay.
arrested, and he was placed here for 14 days in remand. Was arrested, but the thing is, there's this gap in enforcement that people get away with. These schemes caused riots in Albania. Pyramid schemes, because of pyramid schemes, the central bank collapsed in Sri Lanka. These schemes are banned in so many countries. They're banned in America, in all the states in America also. They're illegal. They're all embroiled in legal suits. But somehow they get away and they continue their operations with new names.
Yeah. New
Yeah.
names, new
Yeah.
headquarters.
And also you asked me one of the signs is they use celebrities to promote their products. I forgot to tell you. They change
Yes.
names. They use celebrities to endorse their products. You had a company called Speak Asia, which was based in Singapore, Hong Kong,
Yeah,
Singapore. From there,
yes.
they had to just fill online forms to make money, and you have to pay joining amount. Same, the that's what I'm saying. The modus operandi is all the same. The MLM scheme, when they say recruitment, when they say high profits, when they use celebrities to endorse their products, they do glib talking, when they tell you that your life is going to change 360 degrees. These are
Okay.
all signs of an MLM.
So
And
I
only thing is, yeah.
sorry to interrupt. I think MLM and their modus operandi plus digital marketing is a really, really bad combo, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Because I mean, let's say 15 years ago, if somebody wanted to be a part of an MLM, you have to go out, coffee or maybe drinks or maybe lunch or dinner, and
Yes,
then have a conversation with them. But in terms of when it comes to digital marketing, it has, I mean, like you click and then it goes to 10,000 people, right? So I
right.
think could that be one of the reasons of growth in MLMs happening,
Quite
or
possible. Yes, quite possible because during the pandemic, a company called
Mhm,
Avon, which is a very well-known company in cosmetics, they're an
mhm.
MLM company. They use the
Okay.
MLM model. They recruit women. Their profits have gone up three times
Okay.
during the pandemic. So now the reach is much more, like you said, social media, digital marketing, people, the reach is much more. So if you
Mhm.
know the target audience, if you want to put out something which is attractive, so many people will be clicking on it. So many people get to see about the profits that they can make. There's no limit to what you can achieve. Yeah. They tell you your mind and the parachute, they should be open to work.
Mhm.
So they use slogans. So they use slogans. The technique. The technique is like what is called a boiling frog syndrome. I've written about it in my book. So
Yes.
if you put a frog in hot water, it will jump out because the temperature is different. But if you put it in lukewarm water and it feels very comfortable, gradually increase the
Yes.
temperature, it will be cooked to death. So that's what they're doing to you. That's what they're doing to you. And they have all these testimonials. Even online, you'll find a lot of people. My life
Mhm.
changed so much. Within 3 years, I repaid my loans. I bought this new car. I vacationed in so and so place. So there's so much you can tell people. There are so many ways to con people.
Okay.
And in
Uh,
India, all these companies came post liberalization.
yeah.
These
I mean, like,
companies, yeah.
I mean,
So that's how,
I don't think we should be going there. That's another topic for another
yeah.
day.
There are so many factors. But right now we are concerned about people becoming victims. So if the government doesn't, take action, at least
uh,
victims can become aware and stop being, becoming a prey, stop being,
so we have already
becoming,
talked about not becoming a prey to this, and while you were
yes,
offline, I was also just kind of repeating it to everybody as well with the steps
right,
on
right.
the finger. Here's a question. How to make a friend or a relative get out of this scheme?
Yeah.
Help me there,
Actually,
because
yeah,
I personally know people who are into this. I personally know that there's a cloud of illusion on their head where they are thinking that this is going to
yeah.
be great, right? Exactly like
Yeah.
it's
Actually,
going
they are postponing their doomsday. They are just postponing it. They know it's
and
inevitable. They are not
going
making
deeper
money.
into it as well because they are subscribed to something, right? And they're
Yeah.
going on a monthly
Yeah,
basis,
because
they're getting that money out, right?
yes, yeah. They've been brainwashed, as I told you. It's a lot of sloganeering. They see there's a company called there was a company in somewhere in Nigeria. They were doing this like it's like a cult. They'll say
Hmm.
they'll give the name. TNs is the name of the company. Then the audience will all shout in a chorus. One family. TNs. Then the audience
I
will all say
I
growing
have.
together.
I was in graduation when I did this EBISCA seminar. Okay.
Yes,
And
yes.
exactly same thing was happening. So the people who got us,
Hmm.
and I mean, the people who got me and a set of more 7, 8 people, right? He was just standing right there, right beside us. Okay.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
as soon as something happens, he's gonna go shout, and then all of us are turning to him, saying that, okay, why is he so motivated and everything? And so it's a cult thing, understood. But again,
There's a
coming,
chorus. There's a chorus of people shouting. Some 200 people in the room. Can you imagine
yes,
the frenzy? Can you imagine? That's what I wrote in my book. When they leave the room, they are like impassioned warriors going out to conquer. How, that's the kind of the energy, the
uh,
feeling of oneness. No, we are there. If you have any problem in your family, come and share with me. I am there for you. They give you that feeling. And just imagine when they are betrayed, how you feel. How miserable will you feel?
I mean,
From
totally taken that point, but I think we are getting away from the question which was asked. The question was how to make a friend or relative get
Yeah,
out of this.
exactly. They are so brainwashed. That's what I'm saying. They are very brainwashed. So you have to tell them the truth about, what's happening.
Hmm.
That's why I wrote this book. The reason is I wrote Marauders of Hope. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not promoting my
Yeah.
book, but the reason for writing this book, I don't know if you can see it. It's called Marauders of
Yeah.
Hope. Yeah.
Yes, yes,
So
we
the
can.
reason,
And
yeah, yeah. I've written about
and
people who have lost, about victims, about crusaders, about the acts, about how all this started, and the
hmm,
way forward. The way forward is there in this book. So I'd like people to read it because then they will understand,
hmm,
because the human nature is they don't want to accept that they're committed a mistake. But you must tell
yeah.
people that if you want to get out something, first there's a problem. First accept the problem. Accept that there is a problem. If you don't accept it, then you cannot get out of it. So you have to get them to accept that
So
they've made a mistake.
as a friend
You
of
have to tell
somebody,
them that
what?
the scheme, yeah, you have to tell them that the scheme is flawed. You tell them the signs of, MLM schemes. You tell them about these marketeers, the kind of people they are. Describe the characteristics,
Mhm.
and tell them to read the book. And if they still have doubts, then
No, let me just say it out clear. You are, if you have like 10 levels and on your MLM to reach the diamond or platinum, whatever you plan is it, okay, you'll be finishing the whole population of the world. Okay.
yeah,
So
13, 13.
basically 13th level, sorry,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So you'll be finishing the whole population of the earth. Okay.
yeah.
So if you were dreaming about that end objective which was there at the platinum band, right, then you already know that you're doomed because you'll have to literally convince everybody on the planet, or your
Yeah.
company is to convince everybody on the planet to go ahead buy that scheme. right? For
Yes.
you to reach a platinum,
Correct. Correct.
right? Cool.
Yes.
Case closed. Ah,
Tell them where they, ask them to look for their uplines. Where are their uplines? Who are their
ma'am,
uplines?
I,
Ask them to
I
apply a little logic.
I have shown John Oliver videos to my friends. I have shown the other documentaries about MLMs. I have in my YouTube video which I did, I pasted the screenshot of, like, if you just type MLM on Google, it's gonna, all the scam news is going to come in, right? So I don't know if you're, I mean, if you're weak in the head, you cannot understand the point of, of over motivation. Doesn't mean, right? I cannot go ahead and fight a professional wrestler
Yeah.
just because I
No,
get
but you
motivated.
see, I'll give you a simple example. If you're in a dark room and you switch on the light,
Hmm.
there is light everywhere. There's no darkness anymore. Isn't it? If you're sitting in a dark room and somebody comes and switches on the
Hmm.
light,
Hmm.
then you come into light, right?
Yes.
Then you can see things clearly. So when you have that awareness, it works like that switch. It works like that light which dispels darkness. It's like a candle. It's like a candle. So we should do a bit like these multi-level marketers, like what you're doing, through your
Hmm.
videos, what I did through my book. We need to talk more about it. We need to spread the awareness, because awareness is like the vaccine that prevents it. And now this is also a chain. Like I said, they are trying to make it a chain reaction. Recruitment, it's a chain also. So you have to break the chain. Like this virus in the pandemic needs to be broken by isolation, by by quarantine. We need to see that we break this chain. We need to we
And
need to
I
speak
think
to as many people.
these guys are spreading faster than the real virus.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. They are more dangerous than the virus. They're more dangerous than the virus. So we need to talk about it. We need to let people realize that what they're doing is wrong, and there's nothing wrong in accepting that you
hmm.
made a mistake. You can make a mistake. Accept it. When you accept it, then you can act on it. If you don't accept it, you cannot never act on it. If you say I have no problem, then the problem only grows. So we have
Yes.
to help them accept that there is a problem, see the problem, and then get out of it.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming over and joining me on the Instagram live. And I'm just gonna take a couple of seconds, right? There's a documentary on Aruna ma'am's channel. If you do not know the full name, Aruna Ravikumar, if you could just search it on YouTube, you're gonna find her. Instagram link is right here, any which ways. And she has done her work on the MLM schemes, and it just came out to me that I have to have a conversation with her, just because I was seeing too much fuzz around happening. And thank you, Aruna ma'am. Thank you so much for coming over onto the live.
Thank you, Priyank.
I'm going to
Thank you,
download
Priyank.
this. Thank you so
Yeah,
much. Thank you.
yeah,
It
yeah.
was a pleasure. I'm going to download this IGTV video, and then I'm going to go and put it onto YouTube. That's where people watch me. I know this is embarrassing, 8 people watching, but I'm just starting off. So allow me
That's
some
wonderful.
time. Let me just go
That's
ahead.
wonderful.
We'll catch up
Thank
again.
you.
Thank you so much, Aruna ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Priyank. See you.
Bye.
Bye bye.